it's exactly same as our power. These are all manipulations that have happened in the stock. So be informed. I'm not saying that you exit tomorrow, you buy put tomorrow. No. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is an elaborate video that I promised you on Adani Group. Before that, I'm your host, Dr. Seema Jain, a SEBI-registered research analyst. Mostly we do live trading 10 to 11 a.m. every day with live audience on the YouTube. The link of that you can find in the description box. So, you have been watching, for a long period of time. We have seen that Adani has these 7 stocks which are listed: Adani Transmission, ATGL, Adani Enterprises, Adani Port, Adani Green, AWL, and Adani Power. They have been just single direction run up that has been seen in these stocks. Have a look at Adani Transmission. Vertical uplift in the stock. ATGL, again a similar kind of vertical uplift in the stock. Adani Enterprises, again a straight up drive that's happening, started from 272 and now it stands like that, started in August 2020. In 2 years, stock has given more than 10 times return. Then Adani Port, again a beautiful blast has come in the group of company in this particular stock. Adani Green, have a look at what a beautiful breakout in the stock. AWL, very strong, recently listed. I'm showing you a weekly graph, recently listed in the stock market on February, and see how it has moved from almost like 100, more than 100% return. And similarly, Adani Power has also given a very beautiful breakout and up move in the last few months. Now guys, this is fine. A stock may run because of expectation from the people. People must be expecting that Adani group of companies really very dynamic and they may move forward. But आपको नहीं लगता कि कुछ unusual growth है? Don't you think this is unusual growth? We have never seen such a scenario in any stock, except I'm going to show you some stocks few years back, like Reliance Infra. Have a look at Reliance Infra, and I'm showing you the weekly graph. This is Reliance Infra, and have a look at Reliance Infra's graph before the major fall started coming in. It rose from 547 to 2647 within few months, right? Started from 2007 May, and by the January first week of 2008, it was at 2630, similar vertical move. Then you can have a look at our power. Our power, similar scenario you will see in Reliance Power also, and these are all Anil Ambani group of companies. So anyway, this started with a negative note only, and after that it has been just falling down. Then we had another one, RCOM. Okay, so we're going to try, like nobody can predict what's going to happen in the future. आगे क्या होने वाला है किसी को नहीं पता है. But by looking at the past, we can try to decipher कि क्या future में होने वाला है. अगर आप notice करेंगे तो RCOM जो थी करीब 2006 में launch हुई थी at about 250 was the share price, and within few months it made a high of 841. And after that, it has been just falling down, and see where it stands. Now, I'm going to present you the case that was, the topic of today's Adani, Gautam Adani's empire. Gautam Adani's empire is deeply over-leveraged. Fitch report warns. And I'm going to show you each of these 7 companies, how are they doing. And I'm your host, Dr. Seema Jain, a SEBI-registered research analyst. My job is to really get you the best trades here so that you can make good money, and you can follow me on my Telegram channel as well. So this is my Telegram channel where I have given a buy early morning on India Cement today, and you can join me and see what kind of work is being done. And let me continue with my report presentation. So Gautam Adani is an aggressive expansion pursued by the Adani Group, led by the Asia's richest person, Gautam Adani. has put pressure on its credit merits and cash flow. Credit side said in the report. Now see, sometimes what happens, it's good to have aggression, but when that aggression becomes so overpowering that you don't even see, like for example, I'll give you a simple example. Suppose I have a desire to really, really grow very fast. So what I do, I borrow the loan. I pay the interest on the loan and I expand. If my expansion do not match with my borrowed loan, then what will happen? Slowly the EMI will become bigger and my expansion plans will become smaller and smaller. So what is important is that with the kind of aggressive expansion they are doing, is it matching with their borrowings that they have done? So Indian billionaire Gautam Adani's ports to power conglomerate is deeply over leveraged, with the group investing aggressively across existing as well as new businesses, predominantly funded with debt, credit sites a Fitch Group unit said in report. And I'm going to show you each company's debt versus reserve ratio. And you will be able to see that almost every single company except AWL is under great debt. So we see little evidence of promoter equity capital injection into the group companies. If you will see that most of the Adani group companies have not injected any new capital in their company. In fact, they have reduced their stake. Then a representative of the Adani group didn't immediately respond. We'll go on further. The credit sites report comes after a big few years of Adani, who's been on a rapid diversification spree, expanding an empire centered on ports and coal mining to include airports, data centers and cement as well as green energy. The group recently pledged to plow 70 billion into renewable projects. That means they have borrowed, अगर हम इंडियन करेंसी की बात करें तो 5,60,000 करोड़ रुपए उन लोगों ने प्लेज करके अपने रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए जनरेट किए. These moves may have not only boosted Adani's treasure in India, but his fortune and his net worth surging past 135 billion this year. He also increasingly moving into spheres dominated by the man he replaced, which is nothing but the Mukesh Ambani's Reliance industry. That means he is getting into the business of telecommunication as well. We have all heard about it. The report puts a spotlight on the multiple false lines that may impede Adani's ambition and the stratospheric surge in the shares of his firm. Credit side analysts, however, said that they draw comfort from the group's strong relationship with the banks as well as the administration of the India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So the only kind of a little saving grace is that they have a good relationship with banks. That means they have been paying their debts on time. They have been paying their interest on time. They have been repaying money to the bank on time, and they have a good relationship with Indian Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. Some other highlights from the report include the Adani Group is extremely new and unrelated businesses which are highly capital intensive, raising concern over execution oversight. So Adani has entered into some new businesses जिनका कि उनको आइडिया भी नहीं है और which is very capital intensive. तो उनको ये नहीं पता है कि कैसे money generate होगा. Potential strong competition between the group, Ambani's group, and the Reliance to achieve market dominance could lead to imprudent financial decisions. Hope you get it, because Ambani and Adani, both these groups are basically fighting for the same business sphere. ऐसा हो सकता है कि थोड़े से emotional decisions ले लिए जाए. Adani Group is also exposed to moderate levels of governance and ESG risk. The group has a strong track record of churning out strong and stable companies through its flagship Adani Enterprises Limited and has built a portfolio of stable infrastructure assets tied to the healthy functioning of the Indian economy. The founder enjoys a strong relationship with Mr. Narendra Modi, and credit sites remain cautiously watchful of the group's growing appetite for expansion. A self-made billionaire who started his business as an agri trading firm in late 1980s, Adani has also been a busy deal maker this year. Adani Group acquired Haifa Port in Israel in July for 1.2 billion and Swiss firm Holcim's Indian cement units for 10.5 billion in May. Besides almost 3 dozen big and small acquisitions, it's also expanding into media, healthcare, and digital services. The group owns India's largest private sector port operator, coal miner, city gas distribution, and airport operator, and is aiming to create world's largest renewable power generator. Now, investors have cheered the tycoon's ability to rapidly scale up his business, spurring massive share rallies in Adani firms. Even during the pandemic, when most businesses suffered, Adani Enterprises and Adani Green Energy has surged almost like 1300%. Since the beginning of 2020, Adani Total Gas has rallied about 19 times and Adani Transmission Limited over 9 times, while the benchmark BSC has almost gone up about it's about 0.42% over this period. So, but it is this breakneck growth that's making credit watchers, including credit sites, uneasy. The research firm acknowledges that the Adani founding family status as a majority shareholder in most of the listed group companies means they will go all out to support them. That means it is going to be their firstmost responsibility to protect their companies. All said and done, let's just go deeper and try to analyze, is there a possibility that Adani Group stocks are hollow from within? Let's go and see what is happening on this website called screener.in, and I'm going to check each company one by one. Let's start with Adani Green. It's 3,82,000 crore company with a stock PE of 769. Insane. Okay, ROE is ROC is 7.8%, ROE is 42%, and company is expected to give quarter. I'm going to come down to straight away borrowing and the reserves. Only one thing that I want to see is borrowing and the reserves. So reserves are in negative and the borrowings are 52,000 crores. Then also I want to see what is happening to the promoter's stake. In case you want to notice, in the last quarter they have reduced their stake. Even FIIs have pulled out some money. Okay, let's look into the next Adani group of company, Adani Transmission. 4 lakh crore group and 430 is the stock PE. I hope you do all understand PE का मतलब क्या होता है. 430 रुपए देके आप 1 रुपया कमाएंगे, या पिछली जो कंपनी हमने देखी थी उसमें 770 रुपए देके आपने 1 रुपया कमाया था. Similarly, ROCE and ROE is fine, not bad, but let's come down to borrowings and the reserves. So if you see, the reserves are 5,000 crores and the borrowings are almost like 30 crores, almost like 6 times borrowings than the reserves. So that's again a point to be noted. Adani Enterprises, a company of 3,45,000 crore. Stock P is 356, insane PE value. ROCE, RO is pretty high. And then let's come down to the reserves and the borrowings. So reserves are 20,000 crores, borrowings are 41,000 crores. Now let's look into another part of it, Adani Ports. 1,75,000 crore company. P is pretty reasonable. And if we come to the borrowings and the reserves, so reserves and the borrowings are pretty decent. Like reserves are 37,000 crores. Even borrowings are 47,000, which are slightly higher than the reserves. And if we look into the companies, the promoters have increased their holding slightly. Let's quickly look into the rest of them as well. Adani Power, a 1,58,000 crore company, 16p, which is fine. ROC and ROE is very, very good. Let's come down to the borrowings and the reserves. So reserves are negative and the borrowings are 48,000 crores. So that means whatever borrowings the Adani Group has, they definitely have to pay interest on that to the bank, always to be remembered. And let's see how much cash are they generating from their operating activity. So they've been generating decent cash from their operating activity. Adani Total Gas. So 3,76,000 crore company, 747 is the PE, ROC and RO is pretty good. let's look into the reserves, what is happening in the borrowings and the reserves. So here only the reserves are slightly higher than the borrowings, right? This company is Adani Total Gas. Let's see last two companies as well. Adani Wilmar. This is an 89,000 crore company. The stock P is 111. ROA and ROCE and ROE are pretty fine. Reserves are 7,000 crore and the borrowings are 2626. Here also the reserves are stronger. So if you look at in the totality, there is huge debt on the company. Almost like 4 or 5 companies out of 7 are debt ridden. I want to show you what is happening in Reliance Infra. How are they? Like when 2008 market fell, even today where they stand. Have a look at the reserves, 12,000 crores, and borrowings are also equal, right? There is not much of difference. And this is Reliance Infra, which is slightly better, but have a look at our com, Reliance Communication. 705 crore company, and have a look at the borrowings and the reserves. Reserves are negative 61,000 crores and borrowings are 45,000 crores. So in all, it's about 1 lakh crore of debt. Then one more company that I would like to see is R Power, because these all started falling at the same time. The ROC and ROE is negative basically, and I want to come down to the reserves and the borrowings. So reserves are 8,880 crores and the borrowings are 23 crores. And you have seen that today where they stand, promoters holding is almost very less. And if I want to see what is happening, cash from the operating activity, okay, that's decent. So what again I want to tell you is, don't you see some similarity? There was a euphoria in these stocks before the fall really came. The market, our com went straight up, like there was no looking back. See, I want you to focus on this price here. I'm going to mark it for you so that you can all concentrate on this particular price. Similar thing I want to show you here in Adani Enterprises, which is happening right now. You will find exact similar situation in Adani Enterprises. See here, this place. Let me just mark it for you. And look at the vertical blast after that. The market, the Adani group has been just unstoppable. In fact, what we saw in our com or our power for some time, in Adani it happened many times. So see here, it's exactly same as our power or our com. Same euphoria, and we got to be careful. We know inside, it's not me who's telling, it's a international firm that is saying that there is huge debt trap that may happen. जो इन्होंने कर्जा ले रखा है अदानी ग्रुप में, वो एक ट्रैप बन के इनके लिए इनके सामने आ सकता है. तो हम लोगों को बहुत केयरफुल रहना पड़ेगा. एंड उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कल आप 2900 का पुट ऑप्शन खरीद के बैठ जाए, बिकॉज टुडे आई वाज ट्रेडिंग in the live market and somebody has already bought 2900 put option for Adani Group. Please do not do that, right? Buying call and put is a very serious matter. It's going to erode your business, erode your capital. So don't do that, until the movement come, that very day your money will become zero. So I have shown you with price also how the stock has moved. See here this place, this is all manipulated. These are all manipulations that have happened in the stock right here, and then you can see it out here. A lot of manipulation has happened in this stock. So it's time to be cautious, and I'm not saying by any means that you need to book your profit and out, but be careful, be absolutely ready to book your profit, because already stocks have moved huge. Have a look at it, how vertical blast Adani Enterprises has given. If you see the daily chart, even if you have to book profit, what's the deal? What's so strange about it? You can always book your profit and out, isn't it? So the idea here is to remain. I'm not comparing the two companies, I'm just showing you the euphoria that was with our com, our power, our infra. The same is happening with Adani group of companies, and the exact same scenario, whereas RCom, RPower, our infra were debt ridden, and finally where the price stands today, only at 1.5% of their peak value. If it was 2600, now it's at 20 rupees, something like that. So don't reach there. Do not buy. Now there's definitely no buying opportunity as of now in Adani stock, but there could be. I mean, it's time to be cautious. I'm just trying to make you people understand, make you aware. I've gone through each and every single balance sheet and told you the kind of debt they have. कर्जा कितना है उनके ऊपर, ये आपको बहुत ध्यान रखना है. और अगर सपोज आपका एक दोस्त है जो कि बिजनेस करता है, बट उसके पास ऑलरेडी उस बिजनेस में 2 करोड़ का उसका बिजनेस का पूरा सेटअप है और 5 करोड़ का उसके ऊपर कर्जा है, क्या आप उसके बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट करोगे? एक बार सोचिए. आप क्या सोचोगे पहले कि ये पहले 5 करोड़ रिटर्न करेगा कि जो मैंने इन्वेस्ट किया वो रिटर्न करेगा? आप बताइए. इसलिए सोचने और समझने का समय है, क्योंकि मार्केट ऑलरेडी बहुत चल चुका है. मार्केट मींस Adani Group stocks already have moved quite a bit. I don't know how much more movement is there, but be careful, be informed, stay tuned, keep increasing your knowledge in the stock market so that no one can make fool of you. A lot of people were fooled when DHFL fell, when Yes Bank fell, when RCom fell, when R Infra fell, when R Power fell. So many people were fooled. Because I remember I was conducting a lot of live webinars. Somebody said that Yes Bank, he borrowed some money and he's bought entire, I don't know, 5 lakh, 6 lakhs rupees, some amount of that. He's bought Yes Bank at about 300 rupees or so, 350. And within few days, देखते देखते यहाँ से Yes Bank गिरते गिरते जो है 25 rupees पे आ गया. I don't want that to happen with any of you. So be informed. I'm not saying that you exit tomorrow or you buy put tomorrow. No. Remain cautious. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And keep learning, keep understanding the finer nuances of the market, and be an informed investor. With this, I'll be signing off and see you in the next video very soon.